remaining teams in this tournament are high school teams. Seems like anyone 18 and over in this city is washed. I don't know what happened to the basketball community in this city, but y'all are trash. Not one team of adults. Are we dead ass? No D1 hoopers? I mean, shit, these guys can't even drive yet, y'all. You should be ashamed sitting in the crowd right now. But that's besides the point. Let's lock in. Let's see who's gonna win this game.
Cog, there's something that bothered me about that story about your boy in general. Huh? Listen, you can hoop, alright? I admit it. And it hurts me to open up to you like that, but you can hoop. What are you saying, bruh? But to keep it 100% cash with you, your boy Panic at the disco over there is having me panic on this basketball court because his aura is giving me Generation of Miracles right now. I'm feeling it. I don't know if it's the mole on his face. I don't know if it's the hair over the eyes, but there's something about him that is screaming Generation of. It just is. And I don't think you can handle him yourself, big dog. I was dead ass wondering what you had to say and if it had any importance to it. You're acting like I don't got this hockey shit within me too. I noticed his change. This is my best friend we're talking about. He's not the same man I once knew. This man smells different now too. He used to have a nice, sweet vanilla scent to him, very well kept, and now I'm getting whiffs of the back room of Hot Topic. It's not necessarily a bad odor, but it's not a good one either. I mean, KO, you're right. We probably can't afford to be careless. So let's just lock in, all right? And straight off the bat, let's show these boys how we hoop at Siren. I mean, he came in jeans for Pete's sake. Probably not even wearing socks with those Macy's steppers. Get the hell out of here.
My fault, guys. Can you wait a minute?
That's Suchi. You're late again, man.
My bad. I got lost.
It's been a while, Metamorphosis-kun.
Oh, it's Cool Blue Kurokos. What are you doing here, little man? You look so serious. And that seriousness has me feeling some type of way, like I just wanna crush you.
Man, Mitsubishi, shut your bitch ass up. Alright, so this is my first video back after my European tour. It was for some international play shit because, like, as I've expressed before in my previous videos, I really am a hooper like that. They needed me to sub in on the international team for one of the countries. I'm not going to disclose which country it was, but just know I hooped. Alright, but no, so this is my first video back, so cut me some slack. Let me get into it because I'm kind of nervous. Whenever I don't record for an extended period of time, I'm not gonna lie, it's like getting back into that groove again. Sometimes kind of nerve-wracking. I don't know why, but no, what actually happened though, and I'm gonna put the timestamps on the screen for y'all who just want to get into the Kurokos stuff, but I kind of wanted to explain what happened a little bit overseas, just because I feel like I'm a changed man now. I went to Austria, Prague, and Switzerland. Great time. I mainly want to talk about Prague just because it's like I feel like I always talk about dating, this and that. And I went out to this little bar crawl with my brother and my uncle, and I was out doing what I do best, you know, hitting my shit on the dance floor. I'm not a partier, nor am I a drinker, but I felt like I had to let loose a little bit. And we were in like this 5-story club, so when they had that shit booming, my legs, they were moving. My hips were moving too. I almost popped one out of place on multiple occasions. But as the night progresses with this bar crawl thing, it's like you're with a group of tourists. So I mean, I was already building rapport and I was already building momentum. I was doing shit. I was taking shots I would never even take in my life. And they weren't even outrageous shots. It was just like me stepping out of my comfort zone. So,
and he used to say, put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite saying. That's my favorite saying.
At the first bar, before anyone's really even feeling it like that, there's a group of 5 German women. Craziness. My brother and my uncle, they left me to go get more drinks. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm in here. 5v1 handicap match, let's go. And keep in mind, I had these glasses on. These are a pivotal point in the story. These glasses, if y'all go to Europe, get a pair of glasses like these and just express yourself in a fun way in a club scene. I'm telling you, it's game time every single time. I pulled to these women. I just go straight for it, put the hand out. How y'all doing? Dot, where are you from? Obviously, I said my actual name. Shout out to Michelle. There was Urza, Isra. I don't even remember. I was so locked in. But I just started getting to know them, to get the momentum going for myself. And nothing really transpired between them, but I was just building rapport because this was a group. So then throughout the night, like I was dancing with them, I was dancing with some other people, blah, blah, blah. Then we get to the last club, and this was magical, man. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was in the air. It felt like love to me, but it definitely wasn't. I was hitting one of these, and then this girl comes up to me, takes the glasses off my face. And it's like, keep in mind, this is the last place of the night. We're 5 bars deep. This is like the finale of the club. I'm expecting stuff like this at this point, because you have to keep in mind I'm an outlier. I'm in an area with tall people, but I'm not in an area with people who look like they've been out in the sun at all. Let's just say if you turned off the lights completely in that establishment, it would have looked like they're still on. I was in the middle of the blizzard, and guess what? I had no long sleeve on. I had no jacket, no puffer on. I was out there chest out, ready to take on the world. I was ready for anything, and that's figuratively speaking. That's not literal. I did have a long sleeve on, but this girl took the glasses off my face, and we're dancing, and I'm like, you know what? She's moving a little freaky. I don't know if I should get involved with her, so I'm just gonna keep my distance. And then she eventually went off somewhere, gave me my glasses back. Her friend gave me her glasses back. They were from Sweden. I think I introduced myself to them too. And my uncle's over here instigating me, saying, oh, I should have like grabbed her hand, started dancing with her, whatever. I'm like, nah, chill. She comes back. I don't recall if she took the glasses off my face again, or if I was feeling ambitious and took them off my own face and just put them on hers. But either way, after that, somehow her hand is in my hand. We're swaying back and forth. And keep in mind, this is all happening very quick for me. And again, I don't indulge in activities like this, so maybe I'm making a big deal out of this, and niggas who watch this video, this is normal for them. And if so, I applaud y'all. I'm a baby in this world, and I really try to be very selective with who I share intimate moments with. You know, like, these lips aren't for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. But she pulls me in. I'm thinking she's gonna tell me a secret, so I go over to her shoulder because I'm thinking she's gonna be like, hey, you're cool. But then she kind of yoinks the back of my curls a little bit and then pulls me to her face, so we start going at it in the middle of the dance floor. And it's like, I could have pulled back, but that's how losers think. And we were going at it for like, I would say 7 to 10 seconds. And it was a very magical moment for me, because it's been a while since I've indulged in, you know, like anything really. I've been a free agent for a while, and I'm a very relationship centric type of dude as well. So it's just like, this was just new territory. But problem number one, obviously that's not the most sanitary thing to do. So I was tweaking out afterwards, assuming that I was going to catch the worst of the worst. And I'm not even joking. I was looking up, can you contract HIV from this? I was scared. That's number one. And number two, after the kiss, she kind of pulled me to dance with her, like very close, intimately. So we're doing our thing. And let's just say, even though we're in Europe, it was looking like the 4th of July for about 5 to 10 seconds, because there were burgers and dogs really close to each other. That's all I was like. And then this dude comes down, because it's like sort of like a pit we're in, and she scurries off to him quick with my glasses. In that moment, I'm just like, oh, I guess I just wasn't moving my hips at the proper tempo, and I scared her away. But then after further analysis, I think that was her boyfriend. And then it's like, damn, that was not my intent. Like, I felt bad. But it's like, when the caramel is in the vicinity, I understand the sweetness is desired by multiple. She just had that sweet tooth, you know, so she had to satisfy that, you know, she had to satisfy that craving, you know. And then there was a lot more that happened that trip, but I just want to talk about that story, because that was monumental for me, and it kind of changed my perspective on things. And I will be going back to Prague, not with the intention to do that, but just to meet people. That's besides the point. It's Kurokos time. I know I was rambling. And we start the new season with what I thought was kind of a filler episode, but I feel like these character introductions are going to be important moving forward, because we see that the freshmen want to run a 5-on-5 street ball tournament that the city's hosting. And lo and behold, at this tourney, we see one of Kagami's old childhood friends that he even called his brother, who was kind of speaking like Rin from Blue Lock when he was speaking in his English accent, where he was like, what a surprise to find you here. And then Kagami was reciprocating with the, you don't look surprised at all, keeping the usual poker face. The Japanese even make English sound cool, man. But no, so there's tension in the air. I don't know whether or not they like each other yet, but we find out that Hot Topic basically introduced Kag to basketball, and that they've had a rivalry ever since they were back in the States. And this nigga was overdoing it just a tad bit, in my opinion, because from childhood, they called themselves brothers. They had the whole necklace to symbolize it, whatever. And then when they're at their last game, My Chemical Romance makes a vow to himself, basically saying that he won't be able to call Kagami his brother anymore if he loses the next game. He wouldn't be okay with calling himself his big brother, I guess, to maybe give him motivation. I'm all for competition, nigga, but these are like your relationships. If we're gonna do some shit like this, let's like role play and act like as if we've got high stakes, but then go out for sushi afterwards or something, because we're just hooping. I know hooping does get that serious, don't get me wrong. I'm willing to kill niggas on the court, go away to prison, break out just to do it again. Don't get me wrong, but it's like Hot Topic, relax. and they were playing their last game before they went on a hiatus from each other. And Cog saw that he was injured, so then he blew the layup like Brandon Knight on purpose. And then what did Hot Topic do? He swung on him, understandably so, because he didn't want his pity. And then that's where we're at. So then they're about to get the rematch started. Tip-off goes in the air, and then this big back Barney-ass nigga pulls up, trying to intimidate folks. I thought you weren't coming.
I only came because you said you wanted to go sightseeing around Tokyo since you came back to Japan. And now we're out here playing street ball when I'm just trying to be a munch per usual.
My fault. They said they were down a player, and it sounded like a good time. Yosen played in the inner high, didn't they? You mean the giant whose hair is the same color as Wok played in that shit too?
No, I didn't play.
What? Why not if you're on the team?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I do. The only reason I didn't play is because my red-haired glorious king Akka told me not to.
Akka-chin? It's Akashi-kun, my evil twin, the former captain of the Generation of Miracles, and pardon my French, but the nigga whose dick he can't get off of.
I'm just gonna ignore that you said that, Kuro. But Muro-chin, we can't even play in unofficial games. That's why I came here to stop you, because we gotta preserve our bodies, so I've been told.
Damn, that sucks. Let's head out of here. Wait a second. You can't just pull up and leave like that. We got a hoop here, brother. If your boy has business here with me, then you also got business.
What's going on with your eyebrows, little man? Why are they scared of each other?
Damn, buffoon, are you a fucking idiot? Try me one more time, and I'm taking that great colored cranium of yours and squishing you like one, bitch.
Man, shut the fuck up. Muro-chin, let's go.
What's this guy's deal? He's like a damn infant. Wait a second. You know what? I really am disappointed because I didn't know that your ass was such a coward. Like, how on earth are you as tall as the damn rim and you're walking away from a little pebble like myself?
What? I'm not running away, man. I got places to be.
No, I get it. Don't push yourself, seriously. You gotta preserve your body, load management, Kawhi Leonard shit. I know your bones are brittle.
I'm not brittle, nor am I scared. On my father, Barney himself, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you, little man.
Stupid ass dinosaur ass boy, I got you, didn't I? The next snack you're eating is my nuts in your damn mouth when I'm on you, you know? But no, so Kagami's rage bait was successful and he had that nigga suit up. And ever since his season started, Kurokos kind of been like very locked in and not timid like he used to be. Like he actually wants to be here. So right off the bat, he smacks that ass and timers activated. Straight to Kagami Brown. And I'm thinking Mitsubishi is gonna contest here, but right after Kagami Brown slams that shit, I could already see the type of player he is. He's gonna act nonchalant like he doesn't like the game, and then when it's actually getting belt to ass and getting pressured for the first time in his career, he's gonna lock in and then start to enjoy the shit, and he's gonna become a force that no one has ever seen in the realm of basketball ever. I could already see it happening. And I guess Kagami Brown was also a little notorious himself, because before he slammed it on Mitsubishi's purple little scalp, he asked him if he remembered him, and after he got down, then Morbius was like, all right, I do remember you, and it's not good that I did. Now I kind of want to turn up a little bit. And I don't know what type of ball they play, but I guess he just stands on defense to conserve energy, while Kagami's boy takes it up the offensive, and they play 4-on-5 basketball. And I mean, I guess it worked, because he pulled up right in Kagami's mouth. Smooth as butter. And that doesn't happen to Kagami often. But we're back on the offensive. A storm's coming in. Kurokos smacking this ball around as if Kuroda was standing right in front of him. Straight to Kagami. He's coming up the court full speed ahead. I'm thinking he's gonna do what he promised Mitsubishi about the nuts all over the place, but for some reason he halts his momentum and just dribbles in front of him like a damn idiot. I don't know what he was doing. Like, if I'm him, I don't care if his hands are in his pockets, I'm hurting him. And then unfortunately the rain started coming down, so we're gonna have to put a pause on this little matchup. But we go back to the gym where the upperclassmen were having a little practice with Mamovich, and we see Kuroko / Almina shoddy pull up, drenched. And first couple episodes, these niggas were horny as hell, not even worried about the fact that there's an op in our practice facility right now. First thing I'm thinking is we gotta tie her up, question her, and get all the information we can out of her before our next matchup against the maestro himself. But these niggas are mesmerized by her see-through shirt. So then Mamovich sends them to run laps in the rain. Again, coach of the year. But Kuroko and them get back to the gym. What happened, Momo-san? What should I do, Tetsu? I think Almina-kun hates me. Huh? Almina-kun didn't participate in the semifinal or the final of the inner high this year. I mean, that sounds like that bum. My fault, y'all. I know it's my fault. Why didn't he, though? Injuries. His elbow, mostly. I thought that might be it. It was the quarterfinal game against Kisei and Kaijo, right? You're absolutely right. You may be a B cup, but you are so right. What the fuck does that have to do with it, bitch? Listen, y'all, if the Generation of Miracles have one weakness, it's the fact that let me include myself in that. It's the fact that we are as good as we are. That's our weakness. We're still developing young men, playing as if we are all NBA first team type of players. Again, me included. I know I don't show it yet, but trust me, that's why we have to restrict our talent in the use of power. That's why I'm really trying to ease into my full potential with y'all, because I could really injure myself. That's why Kisei got that little ankle injury that he was talking about. That's why Olive, after he went up against us, he felt blind and he couldn't see the stars properly. Almina was reckless when he faced Kisei, and I asked the coach not to let him play, and of course he was furious. Girl, what the fuck did you do that for? I told your ass not to worry about that. Since when did you become my guardian, my shield? The only thing you need to shield is that ugly ass face, and I don't want to see it around here again. What the hell is your problem, you fucking Gangudo? I just want to interject here. I had to look up the definition of this word. Gangudo is a Japanese fashion trend from the 1990s that involves dyeing hair blonde, tanning skin deeply, and using heavy, colorful makeup and flashy clothing. I'm no English major, and maybe my critical thinking, as well as my deconstruction and analysis of literature, maybe that's not the deepest. Great sentence, but to me it just sounds like she called him a nigga. To me that sounded a little racist. Wait, the term literally means face black. No, what's up with her? What's going on? Straight resorting to racism on her own boyfriend too, or her side nigga, I don't even know at this point. Because why did she go that route? And then pulling up to the gym as if she didn't just call someone a racial slur. Now granted, he did say she was chopped, I get it. Obviously, if someone calls you ugly, you are well within your right to make fun of their skin color. I mean, that's just obvious. But come on, Sakura, let's carry on. And in her story, I think she forgot to explain that portion of it too. But luckily, we go back into this and Kagami is asking the important questions. That's what happened. Wait a damn minute, y'all. Don't you like Kuroko? Isn't this your man? Who cares if Almina doesn't like you? Yes, I know, but that's not the problem. It's different from how I like Tetsu-kun. I'm worried about him and I just can't leave him alone. Like, I like Tetsu, like on a lovey-dovey. Like, I really appreciate him for who he is, and I see myself getting married. I see us walking down the aisle together. But Almina, he's different. He's exciting. But it's like, I'm not going to introduce him to my parents. You know, I don't know if you guys understand me, but like, I just... Kagami, you're a misogynistic pig. You know that? Momo, is okay. It's at this age, it's all right to be on some Dottie Bobby type of shit. I get it. We get it. We're not at an age where it's like that really matters yet. You know, it's okay to be a dot. And I'm sure Almina knows you were just worried about him. And I'm sure he's too focused on hooping to even realize you were low-key racist. Not even low-key. That was a little uncalled for, Mo. And to keep it blunt with you, my future wife's not going to be racist. So if you want to be in that spot, you better switch that up right now. So let's figure this out. Let's apologize. I'm sure Almina is looking for you. And maybe let's get you to a church. Let's expel this racism from your body. Yeah, but after she goes on her racist rampage, Kuroko's walking her back. But then we see the conversation that her and Mamovich had afterwards as to why Akashi specifically didn't play in the last game of the tournament or something. And this is where I'm alarmed at Almina. Of course, we saw what he did. He's only going to go higher because he's going to have to keep up with the likes of Kisei, who is constantly evolving. So I'm already scared of those two. I'm obviously scared of Olive because he's on a revenge tour. He's going to be pulling some shit out of his bag that not only shouldn't be possible on Earth, but within our Milky Way galaxy. I already know he's going to be a problem too. We know Mitsubishi, he kind of glazes Akashi-kun to the highest degree. And I didn't understand why at first, but when racist Sakura says that she heard from a little birdie that the reason Akashi didn't participate in his last games was because he's not interested in the championship, and it's not because he doesn't like the sport and he's just not interested in basketball. He's not interested in the championship because the nigga automatically knows the outcome of the game and he knows his victory is assured, and that would be too boring for him. So when I heard that, I completely understand Metamorphosis glaze. If I'm suiting up for a game and I hear the team captain say some shit like that, nigga, I'm getting him executed. Because again, it's like, why are niggas whose quotes sound like they're coming directly from Thanos' lips, why are these types of dudes playing basketball? But as Kuroko is escorting RS, as he's escorting her home, he takes her to the court to show off his new technique to not only her but to us as well. And he's so confident in how good this technique's gonna be when he shows it off that he says, I don't even care if you tell Almina it because I'm really gonna rock niggas with this. So he tells her to take a defensive stance, I don't know why she's calling for the ball. This is not defense. Kurokos could have gotten the blow by walk-in, but that's besides the point. We see the rough draft of his technique, and it's in short teleportation. That's really what it is. If Kurokos doing shit like this, knowing the level of skill that he has produced in this show, I'm petrified to see the levels to which this game gets to. It's gonna be on some shit where Almina decides to sit out the game. He subs in mid-game, but he's watching from the crowd. They pass him the ball. He shoots it from row E4. And the out-of-bound rules don't even apply to him. And now we're about to get started with this first game. And they're going up against Jose, aka the Bumblebees. And their up-and-coming rookie. His pre-game ritual or routine, whatever you want to call it, I guess he reads a Gunazine while listening to heavy metal, so it's like two worlds collided, and I guess it gets him into that mode. But another thing we also find out is that Kagami Brown, back during his middle school career, if you want to call the generation of miracles like the Avengers of middle school, high school basketball, then he was part of the Thunderbolts. They were saying that if his starting five came in an earlier era compared to the GOMs, they would have probably been considered the first coming of them. So that's how good he was proclaimed to be, and I was excited because we've never really even seen him hoop and get down like that. And I was expecting this to be a Hugo legacy game, honestly, because right off tip-off, we see their rookie dude who was reading the magazine. We see him all down in the dumps, and he's upset because his boys were telling him that a female was running the team. And he was over there sulking because he was basically saying that Mamovich was built like the buddy from Ed, Edd n Eddy. And I don't know why everyone's been getting on Mamovich, because she's a great personality, great coach, and I feel like Hugo is lucky to have her. But it ignited a fire in the team that was much needed, especially in the new threads. And right off the bat, they're doubling Kagami. He's getting that pressure put on him. So this is where we get to see KB, or should I say Jokic, really start to shine and show why he was a member of the Thunderbolts. So he gets the ball with his back to the basket, and it looks like he's about to give random character number 9 a prostitution post move and hook that nigga. But what Kagami Brown does instead, since he has those big hands of his, he drops that shit right down the Hugo expedited ship and already stepping right into that shot. Look at the flick. There he goes again. This nigga's an unstoppable force all over the place. Bumblebees get the ball back. Hugo, right after his offensive efforts, shows it right on the defensive end, steals that motherfucker. Right back to prostitution positioning for the claw. He's about to hit that shit again, but he's a pass first type of player. Just kidding. This is going top left. And I mean, what a masterclass performance from the upperclassmen here. It's really the Hugo and the Kagami Brown show, because after that, Jose is trying to take flight and look like he's about to bite the front half of this rim off, but the claw gives him that grown-ass nigga strength and pulverizes that shit to the hardwood. And from right there, it's like they're instantly on the offensive. They're playing like Chino Hills type of basketball right here, because as soon as they get that defensive rebound, there's a nigga already waiting on the other side of the court to receive Kurokos' beautiful lead pass, just like she led me on. Kagami's got that ball going full speed ahead, and this nigga ended up jumping so high that he had a midair collision with the rim and his forehead, which I honestly think was harder than the slam. Because if you're playing ball and the other team's biggest issue at the moment is one of their star players having the ability to jump too high, I think that's a great position to be in. After that first quarter, Jose wasn't just taking the loss. What they experienced after that was an absolute annihilation of their whole basketball program. Because we had KB getting rebounds over 2 of their guys, strong as hell too, not some weak ass sissy shit. He had about 270 degrees of this basketball covered with just his palms alone. And then on the other end of the floor, we had the stroke master waiting on the left elbow, because that's his favorite spot, sitting there and check the celly. Yeah, I know Mamovich is excited at this, because I am. This was tough. And they were playing so well that this shit was aggravating Kagami, because he's a selfish type of player. He wanted to get involved, and Kurokos had to humble him for a second. Man, what the fuck you... Cog, chill out. Man, shut up. There ain't nothing to be chill about. It's like one day with you, I think you're the best hooper in the world, and then there are other days where you're all over the place like this, and I swear you've never touched the ball in your damn life. Try to look at it from the perspective of you are this good at the sport that whenever you get the ball, you draw 2 or even maybe even 3 defenders to you. Cog, you get that? They can't risk you scoring the ball, so they leave 2 of our other teammates open with the hope in their little weak heart that they could contain you in any way, shape, or form. Do you get that? You shouldn't pout about that, brother. And also, you see those boys over there? Almina school, no? Almina will hear about this game. That's a guarantee, Cog. Once you've calmed down a bit and stabilized, next play you make a declaration of war. Whatever you do, I don't know what it is. Let those stank little fucks know next time they step on the court with Big Red. Not only do they lose that game, they don't walk out of that gymnasium alive. That's what you let them know. You let them know that if they got a girl in attendance after that game, she is no longer their girl, because she's going home with you that night. That's the type of hoops we're playing from this moment moving forward. And that turns Kagami up a little bit. A lot of it, I should say. Because what happened here was the equivalent to like Luffy getting Gear 5 for the first time and the feeling being felt around the world. because they're playing a full court press on this man. He sees an opening. He doesn't even split the D. He's just so fast he goes around it. The rookie from the other team was on Kagami's ass. Keep in mind, full contest right now. He takes off from the free throw line smothered. It doesn't even matter because momentarily he leaves Earth's gravitational field and throws that shit down so ferociously in the history books, they're going to be talking about the slam heard around the world. Because you know it's bad when the Avengers feel a disturbance in the air. The Avatar has awoken type of shit. And when it's all said and done, they damn near 50 ball him. So again, this is another team that Siren handled that needs to go into their rebuild phases and just cut the whole team, take the magazines away from that nigga, make him work for those. And we'll see y'all next season. Probably not ever again, actually. And after that game, they give us a sneak peek into how the preliminaries have played out, and it's been a cakewalk for them for the most part so far because they were facing this one olive jersey team. And check Eagle Eye with the twist and drive. Goodness gracious, where's he going? Double team, nigga, it doesn't matter. My shooter's got a bullet in the chamber. Here he goes. Look at Mr. Fundamental here. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at the poise. Look at the sharpness. Look at the grace. With the flick, with the form. They have a soda named after this nigga. There goes KB again, hurting niggas with that rebound. And I think they were giving us glimpses into how good and how smooth this animation is going to get, because we see Kurokos get past that ball. Stupid triple coverage. What the hell are they doing? Peep the pass. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. As quick and subtle as it was, that may have been the best pass of the show. Kag was already airborne when he caught that shit. And it seemed like what was happening here was building up to a Shutoku rematch, because right after they win that one, we see what Shutoku's been getting at. And our boy number 10 forgot his name. He's working per usual. Sensational behind the back. This team was bound to lose, because why the fuck does this nigga look like he's taking practice shots on an open court by himself, isolated? And of course, Shutoku terrorizes that team from every angle, almost 75s them. But the reason being because they purposely sat out their first string to analyze their future opponents, which is kind of crazy. But it turns out of that first string, a previous member of the Thunderbolts, who's kind of like KB's opposite, he was on that team. And their actual government nickname was the Uncrowned Kings, which I'm not gonna lie, that shit may go harder than the Generation of Miracles. Because when I hear Generation of Miracles, I get hyped and I'm like, okay, I want to like show out and humble these niggas. But with the Uncrowned Kings, just based off name alone, it sounds to me that like they'd be hungry, and that they're uncrowned for a reason, and that they're out here to get the respect they deserve, and that they're coming to kill. But no, so after all that drama and build up, and KB had a little interaction with him too, it's time for the rematch between Siren, who has Kagami, aka Big Red, aka Hot Sauce, that's a new one. Kurokos, Kagami Brown, aka The Claw, Eagle Eye, the sharpshooter Don't You Dare Guard Hyuga, versus Shutoku, who's got Olive Yagami, Eagle Eye's twin brother, and the rest are nobodies. End quote. The second championship game of the Winter Cup preliminaries between Siren High and Shutoku Academy will now begin. Pow! Hi!